welcome to the studio. Oh, that's right. You gotta talk into it a little bit more. We'll bring it back down above the instrument when you're ready to play.
How are you?
Good. I'm happy to have you here.
Yeah, me too. It's a pleasure.
Do you have any idea how many years it's been? You came here,
Probably to promote my first CD, right?
yeah.
Which was 10 years ago.
I think you were either in college or had just graduated, so
Okay.
is that 10 years ago?
No, geez, I hope not. That was, I had graduated 4 years ago, so.
I think you came up about 4 years ago. Yeah. Either you had just graduated or you were a junior or something.
Something like that, yeah.
But you had also already made some trips to
Senegal.
Yeah,
I've been studying out in Senegal. The Sissoko Kora family, the family of Kora players, and Kora is this predecessor to the harp. A really fascinating instrument, and then trying to apply that stuff to the hammered dulcimer.
it's just amazing. This is a griot family, right? Is that right? And the instrument, let's sort of go slow because the folks that are trying to figure out what we're talking about. So you went to this school. What was the school again?
I went to Bard College, about 2 hours north of New York City, for my university studies. Once there, I met a Senegalese griot musician. And griot is basically they're the storytellers, the history keepers, musicians, medicine men, basically like the cultural ambassadors of the culture to the rest of their society as well as the world.
And when did you first meet this?
In 2004, and that's when I went out.
You went to the country.
I went to Senegal, and then returned again in 2006, and then again in 2008.
And were any of these projects sponsored by your school, or were you just going out?
Just going, like self-funding, and just going to study. They have a really fascinating form of composition as well as improvisation and performance that translates surprisingly well to the dulcimer and to my upbringing musically.
Well, and we should mention, that's like a really intriguing statement you just made, and let's bring folks in on the fact that you started as a hammer dulcimer student of Cat Eggleston.
Cat Eggleston, yes.
And you didn't read music. I mean, this was purely a folk instrument.
Yeah, oral tradition type thing.
Yeah, and you first, if I'm remembering the last time you were here, or when you previously had been here, didn't you first see this instrument at a festival or something and fell in love with it? And
when
you
I
were
was
really
7.
little. Yeah,
and started playing, and it's been 19 years, so weird.
So you went from a student of Cat Eggleston to this college, not really knowing music theory, but just hoping for the best,
hoping for the best, and kind of just, this is a very oral tradition type of instrument, so.
And they were willing, the college, the music department was willing to roll with you.
Absolutely.
And say, okay, this isn't going to be like the traditional music student, but we're gonna see what happens.
Basically, their only requirement was that I be motivated and passionate about it. Which, it's the great. Of course, that makes sense. Like, why should they be really conservative about it? You know.
Right.
This is an instrument just like anything else, and it's just not been explored as deeply as a violin or a trumpet. You know.
And you did learn eventually how to notate and all that stuff.
Did the whole music theory 4 years of music college, and then found the Senegalese influence. And you have to have a balance between the oral tradition and the sheet music because they're both just tools to use, and you can't just go an extreme in one route. You have to use both.
Wow. Well, you're standing here with these two, with Moto and these two beautiful instruments. Let's. I think we've piqued our listeners' interest. So let's give some taste of what you can do with an electric bass and
hammer dulcimer.
Big beautiful hammer dulcimer. listen to those instruments ring, especially the hammer dulcimer. Oh, wow, it's amazing.